Hello everyone and welcome to another M1 Max versus video. Today we are doing 7 Days to Die. Unfortunately though I got kind of some bad news. For those people who also have an M1 Mac or an M1 Max computer, you might have tried this yourselves. But 7 Days to Die on the M1 Max doesn't like to get past the launch screen. You'll see here, we'll let this spin for a bit and then it'll go ahead and crash into good old fashion. Now, I know I wanted to get this video up early while I wait for this. I wanted to get this video up earlier, but I was looking into this because I wanted to see if other people are having this issue, and I wanted to see if it was only the M1 Max that were affected or if it was also on the Intel Max as well. So I did try this out on my Intel Mac. Unfortunately, I can't do the recording and have 7 Days to Die run at the same time on my Intel Mac because it's made in 2015, so it doesn't like doing that. As you see there, it finally just crashed and gave up on us. Um, Anyway, so going back to what I was saying. So it does work on the Intel Mac. So it seems that it's only the Apple Silicon chips that are affected by the Alpha 20 update. And Alpha 19, as far as I could tell, had no issues with running, so it is just Alpha 20. According to the 70s community, the devs are aware of the issue and are apparently looking into it. Um, I don't know exactly how complicated the issue is for them to fix, so I don't know how long it'll take them to fix. But I do know that from the crash reports that we do have, so you can tell if you go to console on here. If you go to the console menu, you can look up your crash reports here. So 7 Days to Die crash report. It happens on line 5. Oh, this one says 6 in the finalizer. Huh. Yeah, right here. This one right here. That's your crash thread right there. It's in the startup script. Um, But yeah, so the game devs are working on it. Whether how complicated the issue is to fix is going to depend on what exactly the issue is, but the developers are working on it. So we can only speculate at this point. Unfortunately, yeah, that's where we sit as far as the M1 Max go and running 7 Days to Die in Alpha 20. Um, it's going to lead this to be kind of a short video. Oh, actually, the other thing I wanted to cover real quick too was in the comments, in the community, the people were talking about what's it called Rosetta on the M1 on the Silicon Max, and I know a lot of people don't know exactly what Rosetta is. But since these applications are designed for Intel processors, and the Silicon Max are obviously not an Intel processor. What Rosetta does is it translates the code so that way the M1 chip can understand it and process it in a way can process it. And then obviously when it spits out the results, then Rosetta then translates them back into a language that the program can then understand. So basically it's just a translator for the programs. So that way, you know, it'll still run on the non-Intel based computer. Um, as far as the other rumor about Rosetta, that a lot of people are saying that it comes pre-installed on the computer, on the M1 Max, I can also say that that is not true. When I got this computer, when you launch your first Intel program, the computer will give you a notification saying that Rosetta is required to run Intel programs. And it'll ask you if you want to download it. From there, you can hit download. It'll just go ahead and it'll just straight download it from the Apple Store. It won't even open up the App Store or anything like that. It'll just download it straight from the Apple Store and then just load it into the computer. And then after that, every Intel program you launch will automatically launch with Rosetta. Now I know that there have been some other people that have been claiming that they've had the issue fixed by telling it to launch with Rosetta. I haven't seen that option. I haven't been able to find that option or how to get that to show up under the right click menu. But from the Apple people that I have talked to, like the people that I've talked to that work at Apple, they've told me that it is a default for Intel programs. Like if you go to 7 Days to Die and you go to browse browse local files here. If you go to 7 Days to Die and you hit the get information right here, see how it says Intel right here. So as long as it's got that Intel in parentheses, its default launcher is going to be Rosetta. So that should automatically go with that. But yeah, I know I've heard that it works for some people, but I haven't seen it and I haven't been able to verify it. And all the methods that people have said to do to try to get it to work have not worked for me. But let's not panic. The devs are on it. They'll have it fixed. And there's a good number of people that are in the communities that are complaining that are talking about how it doesn't work on the M1 on the Silicon Max. And so I'm sure they'll have it fixed. We'll just have to wait patiently until then, and we'll just have to watch the YouTube videos to see exactly what all the hype is about. All that means is that will just know how to play it that much better when we finally get our hands on it. But unfortunately, that's going to be it for this video. It's going to be a really short one, but I mean, there's not really much to cover. Anyway, so with that all said and done, I'm going to call it here, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.